The name Wraith is taken from the 1938 Wraith model and is an old Scottish word meaning ghost or spirit, which at the time was continuing Rolls-Royce's nomenclature that they had adopted, using words that related to silent, gracious and elegant. The Wraith has a GPS sync transmission, luxury sheepskin floors and a gorgeous starlight headliner. Just a few features that one might argue makes this the ultimate daily driver. Coming up, we talk about the exterior design.
Oh, Rolls-Royces come with umbrellas. Where is it?
We check out what the inside looks like.
It's a little bit strange considering, you know, a driver's car.
And then I become Adam's chauffeur and take him out for the ultimate Rolls-Royce experience.
I'm feeling pretty posh.
So today I'm back at Centurion Automotive because Paul, the owner, has got a brand new plaything. And guess what? Cha-ching! He's only given me the keys to it. So let's go and check it out. Follow me. Oh my days! Look at this! Look how big it is! This has got some grace and some presence, hasn't it? It's absolutely huge. Let me check this side. Oh, yes, suit you, sir. Immediately, we've got the grille here, slightly recessed and pushed back, which takes inspiration from aero engines. I really like the two-tone colour combination, silver and black. I wasn't too sure about the two-tone on images online, but seeing it in the flesh, oh, yes please. The design of this car has had a lot of thought gone into it. It's very subtle, it's not overly done. You have these gorgeous contours going down the car, typically towards the back, which I'll talk about in a moment. I want to bring your attention to these 22-inch beauties. Really makes the car pop. Black and silver, and actually it's got like a bit of a mother of pearl kind of reflective look as you get closer. These aren't standard wheels, but they really emphasize that black and silver two-tone color effect. I want to see the umbrella. All Rolls-Royces come with umbrellas. Where is it? There it is. Get in there, Rads. Oh no, actually, I'll just press this button. Boom! There it is. If you own a Rolls, make sure you always hear the click. All right, we've had a lot of complaints about that. So, have a quick look in there. Go on, have a gander. We'll have some more shots of that later. Okay, brilliant. Got those shots. Shut the door. Coming down the side of the car. Now, this is what's very distinct about the Wraith, because it's a driver's car. Okay, we've got those GT elements, the 2-to-1 profile, the long bonnet, the swooping sportback style at the back, even this little lip, and it is so subtle and gradual. This lip is super sexy. It is crisp. Now, Rolls-Royce, what they wanted to do, when I spoke to their design department, they wanted to make the car look like a bow and arrow being taut, ready to propel the car forward. That's why the lines of the car are all drawn to the back. Look at the size of those exhausts. Right, we've had a look on the exterior. Keys for the interior. Let's have a look inside. Oh, doors that open the wrong way. Can you get any more class? If you're a huge fan of car content and you want the best action around, then all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, press the bell icon, so you're notified immediately and you don't miss out on the action. Off to find some cars. So I've just sat down inside the Wraith and it is plush. I can see the starlight headliner. I'll talk about that later on. I can see the analog dials here. There's so much to look at and it all looks high quality. One thing I really want to talk about are these buttons and knobs and push and pull levers. Everything just gives you that feedback of quality. The little dials here to play with the air conditioning and it just tiny little clicks that just make everything feel amazing. And this, we've got a shot of this on the side. This looks, these window switches and this little gear stick here to do your mirrors. The design is ergonomically perfect. It fits in the palm of my hand when I rub it across. I put my fingers on it. I just want to play around with it. And the gear stick just takes me back to Atari ST days. And that's the sign of a great quality design button and knob. You just want to keep playing with it. It feels fantastic. This is piano black gloss, which I actually prefer. I think it's a much more modern take than wooden veneers and so forth. A little bit like the Cullinan or Cullinan that we did a video on previously. For me, in my opinion, wood's a little bit dated. If you do have it, it's nice to just have elements. Anyway, I'm waffling. This is black gloss and I love it. This wheel's huge. You've got analog display here and you don't have a revometer, a tachometer. It's not there. You have something called a power reserve, which is a little bit strange considering, you know, a driver's car. You want to see those revs, don't you? It's got a V12 6.6 litre engine. It goes 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. I want to see some rev limiter, but you know, you have to do it the Rolls way. It's a little bit posher to have a power reserve, so see how much more you got left in the tank. A few other little nitty bits about the car. You cannot change out of the 8-speed ZF automatic gearbox, which actually takes communication from satellites in space. Yeah, it uses GPS to gauge the road and change gear. But for a driver's car, you want a little bit of play, don't you? You want some paddles mainly to like jump into manual, drop it down a gear. You do have a low button, which is a low gear setting, which I guess you could say it's a sport button. I am actually fortunate enough to take the Wraith out for a ride myself. I was going to be chauffeured, things change, and now Adam's in the back and I'm going to be chauffeuring him. So we're going to throw it back, have a little chat with him. How does he find the ride? So without further ado, let me get my greasy little mitts on this and take it for a spin. So immediately I'm having to concentrate, and I'm so glad that Spirit of Ecstasy is on the front bonnet, because that gives me that gauge of how long this bonnet is. It's huge and it feels very, very weighty and wide. And this is a weighty car, you can feel it. It's wide, it's big on these country roads. The curb weight of this car is 2,435 kilograms. And it does seem like that at times, it does feel like that at the moment. And the steering is beautiful, it's so light. You just don't want to meet anyone else coming the other way. Now I looked for a 2017 Rolls-Royce Wraith online, Auto Trader and whatnot, and I saw them from around 150k plus onwards, depending on what options you guys choose. A brand new one would cost you £274,000, and that's just with limited features, limited options. So it's a lot of money. So under the hood of this gorgeous Wraith, we have a V12 6.6 litre twin turbo engine. 0 to 60, 4.4 seconds, 624 brake horsepower and 800 Newton meters of torque. Overall, 18 miles per gallon. Apparently, it'd probably do a lot less than that if you're absolutely blitzing this thing, and you are going to. That's the beauty of this Wraith. You've got that option. If you want to be a passenger and sit in the back and have that luxurious feel around you, but if you're feeling a little bit fruity and you want to jump in the front and give it a blast, you can do that. 4.4 seconds for the weight of this car is good. So this is Paul's brand new baby, and I asked him what does he prefer, because before the Wraith he had a Continental GT Bentley, and he said although the Bentley Continental is quicker, he much prefers the Rolls-Royce Wraith. He said it's just a completely different level. Like, you've got the Premier League Rolls-Royce, and then Sunday League, well, not that quite low, but then you've got the Championship Bentley, and those were his words. He just said the Rolls-Royce is just different class, the way it drives, how smooth it is, the quality of materials. So there you go. If you're thinking, that's, you know, it's subjective, it's one person's opinion, but it's an opinion that I think is quite relative, and maybe a lot of you out there agree with it as well. So I've been driving for around 10 minutes now, going over bumps, going a little bit fast, slowing it down. Adam's in the back, getting the chauffeur experience. So Adam, talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling back there.
I'm feeling pretty posh.
Okay.
Pretty posh, pretty comfortable. Nice and room, pretty relaxed actually.
Oh, all good for like a long drive if I was taking you somewhere?
Very good for a long drive, yeah. I mean, there's not much storage space, I guess. Like, there's a little tiny door bin. I don't know if you can see. Let me pop that.
What about your headspace, Ads? What about your headspace?
Headspace is good for me.
Because what height are you though?
I'm about 7 foot. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Basically, if there was someone taller than me, they'd have a bit of a struggle, I think, in the back.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But enjoyable experience.
Very
Anything,
good.
anything that pops out that you've noticed straight away?
Not really. I mean, you've got these weird little mirrors in the corners. I don't know if you can see.
I like them. They're cool.
They don't really reflect much. I can see the back of my shoulder.
Yeah.
So that's useful. Not. And that's about it, really. Very comfortable, good seats.
And what about, look to the sky, Ads. Come on, we've got to talk about that.
The sky is gorgeous.
That headline is.
It just reflects off everything.
So the headliner is made up of 1,600 fibre optic lights, and Bobby in the workshop says it takes him about 9 to 17 hours to make one headliner. True fact. Now this is an option of £9,120, and if my calculations serve me correctly, that's £5.70 per light. Wow, definitely worth it. And also, if you have a favourite memory or historical moment of how the stars looked in the sky that particular evening, you can get that replicated up in your Starlight headliner. That's how cool Rolls-Royce are. You can customise anything. I know, amazing, right? This has got the same chassis as the Ghost and the 7 Series with the BMW engine, but this is just so smooth. Such a smooth ride. A cool little feature that I found out whilst playing with the Wraith is if you hold down number 8 on the infotainment, it automatically takes you to the lower or raise of the Spear of Ecstasy. So if you're in a dodgy area and there's a few BMWs and whatnot around, you're like, oh my gosh, quick, hold down number 8, and then literally you can click lower and it will lower down the Spear of Ecstasy. Just a nice little hint there. This Rolls-Royce is such a treat. It's such a treat to drive. It really does make you feel like a special somebody. I know I've said that in other cars before, like the Bentayga and so forth, but it's a cut above the rest. It's stately, it's classy. This could be the ultimate daily driver. What else could top this? I want to know. Put them in the comments below. Yes, please. There we have it. The Rolls-Royce Wraith. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time in this car. It's a little bit of me, sophisticated, suave, gentlemanly. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, comment down below what you think of the car. Get yourself subbed. We've got so much quality, epic content coming your way. And I'll see you on the next one. Oh, before we get out of this car, I'm not done with it just yet.